This is for those of you out there that have had awakenings, you've had inner self-discoveries, you've had transcendent experiences, mystical experiences. This video is for you. This isn't a video for beginner people who are just waking up, just beginning to unlock their consciousness. This video is for people down the road a little bit, okay? This video is about duality and non-duality and how duality is a stepping stone to non-duality. I'm going to break that down. Hi, I'm Tim Welch. This is Selfless Awakening, where I like to ground all of this mindfulness stuff, this metaphysical stuff. We live in a time where people are sharing amazing tools to feel better. And I have felt a pull to talk about the tools that I use that are working for me, as well as with the clients that I work with. I have a vocal school and a singing business, and I teach people, and I use all of these tools in voice lessons as well as on myself and my own self-betterment. So that's what this channel's about. If you like what I'm talking about, subscribe, click the little notification to stay up to date, okay? All right, so this video is an advanced video about duality and non-duality, all right? And let me just break down a little bit what these concepts are, zoomed out, and then we're gonna zoom in, okay? So zoomed out, duality is this idea of becoming aware of the deeper self. Buddhists would call, I guess, the higher self. It's that deeper awareness inside of yourself, detached from the voice in the head. You become aware of yourself as a non-physical field of awareness in which all things occur. There's a duality. There's the you who's the awareness, and then there's the awareness of the voice in your head, which is a separate part of you. You're the awareness, the voice in your head is separate, and there's a duality there. And you have this experience of, I'm both the voice in my head, and I'm also the awareness behind the voice in my head. That's duality. It's a separation. For instance, like, my name is Tim Welch. Tim Welch is a voice teacher. He's a dad, all of these things. And these are all his labels, and that is a way to identify myself. I can say, I'm Tim. I'm that egoic construct. I'm that avatar. I'm that personality self in this world. And then I can also say I am the awareness of Tim. I'm the awareness of that egoic construct. And there's duality in that. There's Tim, then there's the awareness of Tim. Separation, okay? And my experience has been that on the awakening journey, that's a big part of the journey. Getting to the place where you're not exclusively identified with the voice in the head, with the avatar self, but you have come to a place of understanding how to detach from the voice in the head and live inside of that constant non-physical field of awareness, which is what the deepest, most constant you is. That's the you that that just permeates and is there through all things. You're this awareness, okay? Your awareness of yourself as an ego, that's the separation, that's duality. Now, how is this helpful for you on your journey to understand how that's a stepping stone to non-duality? And here's how. So much of the spiritual journey is about this idea of paradoxes. One thing existing that seems the opposite of another thing simultaneously. Like two things that are true that should be the opposites, but they both make sense together. And here's one of those things. Your spiritual awakening, there are no stages to it, and there are stages to it. Okay? So on one level, there are no stages. On another level, there are stages. All right? On the level of duality, when you're awakening and you're coming through the stage of duality, you'll really feel like you're in a stage of something. When you get to the place of non-duality, you understand that there are no stages. Non-duality is basically when you're fully integrated. You no longer feel this separation from your avatar, but you feel an integration of your avatar. You feel like you are the awareness, moment by moment throughout your life, the deeper awareness, and you're dancing with your smaller self, your personality self, simultaneously. There's no, I'm the deeper awareness, now I'm my ego. Now I'm waking up from it again, now I'm my ego. Now I'm waking up, like this dance of waking up and falling asleep, it goes away when you tap into the non-dual part of your awakening journey. You're literally walking around, you're walking around looking at the world, aware of the deepest awareness inside of yourself, as well as having the voice talking. Tim's there. I'm on the street, I'm talking to people. Hey, I'm Tim. Oh, you're Bob. We're talking. Yet I'm not identified with Tim. I'm the awareness behind Tim. All right? That's non-dual. That's what non-dual means. It means you're fully integrated into yourself on every spectrum. The deepest Buddhist, you sitting on a mountaintop zenning out, is as attached, is completely integrated to the personality self. All right? That's the idea of non-duality. But you have to go through separating from thinking you're an ego before you can get to a place of really understanding. You can fully integrate your ego into a non-dual, full spectrum experience. And that's the name of the game. But we have to first be this ego. I'm Tim. Oh, life is suffering. My happiness is defined by things that I manifest in the real world. Oh, life is painful. Boom. Whoa, wait. That's not true. And then you pop out of that. Wait, I'm not Tim. I'm the awareness of Tim. What can I do with Tim? Change. Separate Tim. Separate Tim. Separate Tim. You go through stages of that. And then all of a sudden, you get to a place where you're like, whoa, it's not about separating from Tim. It's about integrating Tim and being the whole thing all the time. Being the whole awareness integrated, deep awareness of self plugged into avatar. Like right now as I'm talking to you in the camera, I'm aware of the voice in my head. There it is. Now whenever you really look at it, it stops, right? So I'm aware of the voice in the head. And I can stay there. I'm aware, and I'm looking at the camera, and I'm still aware of the voice in the head. But I'm aware of the camera, I'm aware of the space around the camera. I'm not caught in wondering what you're thinking about me or processing how well this video is going. Just awareness and words coming out. I've got clients in a little bit, I'll play piano, I can look at the client, play the piano, feel the keys, be that deep awareness behind the voice in my head, still hear my voice in my head, but I'm just like watching the movie, feeling the piano keys. I'm the deeper awareness, listening. You can integrate. That's non-dual. Non-dual is plugging it all in. It's not a game of, oh, I went to sleep, now I've got to wake up. Oh, I was unconscious all day today, now I'm waking up. It's not that at all. This is the full life experience. Is ego's not bad. Ego is a tool. Ego is your avatar in the video game. You get to meet other people. It's the matrix self, all right? Your popped out self is your true you. And you integrate. You live in the matrix fully integrated. That's the name of the game, okay? So, you know what I'm talking about if you've gotten this far, because that means you're on some part of the awakening journey that this is making sense to you. If I doubt you got this far if you're not on the journey, because this is some out there shit. So if you are feeling that non-dual dance, the back and forth, back and forth, back and forth in your life, then start integrating more. Start thinking about moments where you can wake up more and be present. If it's walking from this place to your car, or it's eating food that you normally go mindless and you usually go under and you don't pay attention to when you're eating. There's lots of ways to integrate and get non-dual, okay? But there you go. That's the idea. That's my take on non-dual. Those are my experiences with it. Hope that helps. If you like what if you like what I'm talking about, subscribe, click the little notification to stay up to date, okay? Thanks for stopping by.